got a job or internship you wanted for, and this voice in your head might be quiet, might be louder, just telling you all those bad things about yourself, how you're not good enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, all of those not enoughs, all of those things how you as a person should try harder, should try better to ever be happy, and how no matter how much you try, it will never be enough. We all, one time or another, have been in this place. There is a way out of it. There is a cure to it, my dear confreres, and we can tame the inner critic. It is like learning a different language. Today, I want to introduce you to the DBT, Dialectical Behavioral Therapy Skills. This was a little bit of psychology knowledge. Will help you next time this nasty voice is getting in your head and telling you you're not good enough, to say, calm down. Is this really reality speaking to me? Or it's just a voice in my head? First step is awareness. Because when we are not aware of what's going on with us, we can't do anything about it. So first, if you ever experience some negative thoughts, stay calm, acknowledge it. Just tell yourself, right now, I'm having a negative thought. Right now, I am criticizing myself. Because it seems so simple, but more often, we just don't even recognize that we have some negative dialogue in our head. Just letting yourself know, it is a negative thought. I am criticizing myself. There are different schools of thoughts or different psychological approaches. Some people encourage to call it your inner critic, your inner critical parent, your inner voice. You might detach from that voice, but just tell yourself, right now, what is happening? Because how you can change something that you're not even aware of. Beautiful person with this beautiful puppy is Marcia. She's a famous psychotherapist, and she herself had a long and struggling journey with mental health. She was a lovely student, she was well-liked, she was successful, until she herself found herself in a psychiatric hospital as a young adult. And she was first diagnosed with schizophrenia, and eventually it was changed to BPD, borderline personality disorder. She is also a very successful psychologist who have researched and practiced trying to find out how quality of life of people can be changed, how people that maybe have this persistent negative thoughts in their head can live better lives. And she came up with a DBT. One of the DBT skills is mindfulness, being aware. The next time your mind says, I'm not enough, be mindful of it. Tell yourself, it's just a thought. It is not a fact. Yes, this thought is right now happening in my head. I hear it loud and clear, but there is no evidence that this thought is correct. Mindfulness. Once we catch this thought in action, we can test it for reality. That is you. I'm an anxious person. It's hard to be on stage. It's hard to be judged. It's hard to tell yourself, you're late today, you can never do anything well, now you're gonna speak. But you test it. You come up and you do it anyways. Let's say you are anxious about public speaking, but you get a mic and you start speaking. And you get the reality, I can actually speak. And I can interact with you, my beautiful audience. So once again, it proves the inner critic to be wrong. Third one is self-validation. Instead of criticizing, maybe you can try telling yourself, you know, this has been hard, and maybe I'm not in a perfect place yet, but I am trying, and that's what is matter. into the office, you got yourself into an anxious situation, you presented and you tried. And acknowledge it. Tell yourself you have been good enough and you have tried. Be compassionate. And the last one I want to introduce you is reframing. Because you tell, I'm a failure today, I can't do it. But then you ask reality, is it correct that you have always failed? I'm sure every single one of you have had instances in their lives where you succeeded. You have been the first, the best, the number one. So you can build on top of those messages of success. You can remind your brain that, like, I might have not succeeded today,